Today we're going to talk about hydroponics. Hydroponics is a form of agriculture in which plants are grown without the use of soil. Soil is replaced with nutrient-enriched water and fed to the plant in a variety of ways. Hydroponics work very well because the only thing that the plant needs to thrive is the fullest ability is the correct amount of nutrients at the right times. Hydroponics, or hydro as it's sometimes called, allows you to do this very easily and efficiently. Plants receive perfectly balanced nutrients in high soluble form. The plant uses less energy to obtain its nutrients, and its roots do not have to seek out nutrients like they do in soil. This gives the plant faster and easier vegetative growth and flower production, bigger yields, faster production, and growth of plants in areas not possible for soil are all factors that make hydroponics the future of agriculture on this planet. Hydroponics give people the option to grow food in places where production would otherwise be difficult and maybe even impossible. Places with dry desert climate have used hydroponics for decades, such as Arizona. And they may not have any local agriculture if it wasn't for hydroponics. Alaska and other sub-zero environments also use hydroponics to create an ideal environment to grow and maintain a local food economy. And also, transportation to remote places like Alaska is limited, and hydroponic systems keep this steady supply of food and produce. Urban areas can use hydro on rooftops and indoors where there would otherwise be no room for soil growth and where it would be too costly to buy the land to cultivate in an inner city. The cultivation of soil-grown produce creates many bad effects on the environment, and hydroponics will help us eliminate these problems. Hydroponics require 10% of the water that soil plants do. With the use of hydro systems, you're able to recycle the water and nutrients and use every single drop of them, thus being pretty cost effective also. And the use of hydroponics calls for little and no pesticides. The amount of fertilizer and nutrients are 25% of the amount you'd use in a soil product. No chemicals are released in the air or in the ground. This is good for the environment, and money is saved by not having to buy pesticides. And as I said before, transportation does damage to the environment, and hydro allows to eliminate the cost of pollution that come along with semi-trucks having to haul fruits and vegetables across the country. There are 6 types of hydroponic systems with multiple variations of each, and the simplest one is the wick system. Now, the wick system has no moving parts, and it uses a wick to draw nutrients into the grow medium, and they use perlite or vermiculite inside a tray, and it just absorbs nutrients right into that and into the roots of the plant. Now, plants are there's a downside to the system because it may not give your plants the nutrients that it needs. The wick may not be able to produce as many nutrients as you need, but it is the simplest because there are no moving parts. The second is water culture, and in water culture you have a tray that floats on top of the nutrients that are placed in the water, and you have a air stone that oxygenates the water, and the roots just dangle, usually in a styrofoam type of floating device, dangle right into the nutrients, and that's called water culture. And this is a cheap system to set up, and not a lot of plants other than lettuce are really going to strive in that sort of system though. The third is an ebb and flow, and it is a flow and drain system that does exactly what it says, flow and drain, and it has a reservoir below. It will, on a pump and timer, flood the top tray, giving nutrients to the plants, and then it will drain back down in an overflow tube and reuse all your nutrients and water. The fourth is a drip system, and it's one of the most common used in the world, and it just uses a drip line and a nutrient pump to drip the nutrients into a medium, and it uses a air pump also to send oxygen to the nutrients. The next is the NFT, the nutrient film technique, and when most people think of hydroponics, this is probably what they think of. The roots are in midair, usually in a plastic container, dangling completely into the water, and the water has a constant flow. Therefore, it eliminates timers, but it's still susceptible to power outages because once the constant flow stops, your roots are going to die. And the sixth one is aeroponic. It's probably the most high-tech systems, and the growing medium is air instead of perlite or anything, and the roots just dangle in the air and it's misted. Nutrients are sent with a mister, and that's how they get their nutrients. Hydroponics has a misconception about it, and that it's very hard to start or to maintain, and it's not. It's really simple, and you can start a system for as little as $50. It's a very beneficial technique for every single person in the world, and this is the answer to local economy and produce. And to anyone who's interested in growing their own produce, or if they live somewhere where climate is bad, they should definitely try hydroponics.